want to say about you about P0299. This is the turbo supercharger underboost code, so we can understand the history about P0299. This is the turbocharger supercharger underboost condition. Mean that boost charger is not producing enough boost pressure for the engine. This is often caused by leak in the booster, a faulty turbocharger or actuator, or a restricted air filter, diesel particulate filter, or back boost pressure. P0299 symptoms include loss the engine power and illuminated check engine light. So first, boost leak. Mean the leak anywhere in the plumbing of the turbo system, including the hoses, intercooler, and the clamp can be caused low boost pressure. So you mean you can check all that I mentioned: turbocharger, intercooler, clamp, low boost pressure. Or this case, you can change all the turbo is my recommendation. Second, falling turbocharger or actuator. The turbocharger itself or its control components, like the wastegate or actuator diaphragm, can fail to produce an adequate pressure. So it means that wastegate diaphragm or actuator is fail. So I recommendation you can change turbocharger if you see the P0299, or you can fix the turbocharger. And so destroy the air intake or exhaust, a clog or air filter, or block it. This particular filter DPF can restrict the flow and the air into the engine leak to an underboost. You see, the air intake and exhaust clog something anywhere filter. So you can see for faulting sensor, a multifunction boost pressure sensor or another related sensor can be incorrectly report low boost to be engine computer triggering the code. So any sensor can be also. And 15, EGR system fault. A problem with exhaust gas recirculation EGR system can be lead to underboost condition. So the symptom of the P0299: eliminate check engine light, multifunction indication, reduce the power and performance, especially under acceleration. The vehicle can be limp mode with and limit power prevent further than damage. How to diagnose can fit. Do not assume to turbo is bad. Many can caused by a P0299 code and replace the turbo. I recommend you to replace turbo. That is very important. It is often unnecessary. A complete diagnosis is crucial. Check leak, inspect all the boost hoses, clamp and intercooler, any sign or leak and damage. Check your sensor, inspect boost pressure sensor, it hoses and blockades and damage incorrect reading. Check exhaust and intake, inspect the air filter restriction, and if applicable the DPF or blockade. Inspect the turbocharger control system. Check turbocharger wastegate and actuator proper movement and see if the diagram have been found. Consider another component, a full PC valve. Another control valve can be trigger code. So you see that I mentioned all the See the code specialist P0299. You see, if we want to see light data, you must decrease the engine speed, short term, to trim bank, and long term, and control between -10 to +10. Booster pressure PSI, over the center voltage sensors, over the center current bank one sensor. You can see this is important to can see all the data. This is the way that, and you can see. You see the boost pressure minimum 14 to maximum 14 to 73. This is the perfect. You start engine. Engine is not start now. If you start engine, you see from 14 to 17 maximum PSI. This is best of the boost pressure turbo. You see long term and short term between to -20 and -10 to +10. You see from the 14 to 17. Okay, engine start from short term from -1 to 4. That is good to 0. The any field of the turbo when we replace turbo charger, all the turbo is it is good because of the no air leak from turbo or wastegate field or the PC valve sensor field, because of the turbo is the main role that if the turbo is bad, we must mean that the turbo not boost pressure correctly for engine between the air and the exhaust and the fuel. So you see, when we start engine speed at 2582, short term 3.9 to 0.8 is perfect. You can see all the current band bond sensor. You can see as well all the current band bond 2 sensor, and the boost pressures between 14 maximum to 32 is perfect. 32 is perfect. So you see, from 14 to 32 is perfect, and long-term short under 10 and minus 10 is perfect. Or the sensor, you see that I mentioned. I think that if you replace turbo, if turbo is not good, not function, you replace. I think that the graphic data line can you see now? You see, you don't have a restriction of air intake, exhaust. Do not fall turbocharger. Do not push leak. It's good for all the exhaust, all the boost pressure, air, all the long-term and short-term fuel trim. I think it's perfect. Then you can see exhaust and the air. You can see the light that all the sensor voltage band bond sensor 2, and all the current band bond sensor 1. You can see sensor 2 and sensor 1, and long-term fuel term bit and boost pressure between 14-32 is very important. The code means boost leak. The code that means faulting turbocharger actuator. The code that means restricted air intake or exhaust. The code means the faulting sensor, each of system pole. So you see, illuminated check engine light, multifunction from exhaust, from air, from turbo is the problem, because air and fuel is not balanced, is not ratio 14, 7 and 1. So, and when I replaced my customer, you see the graphic that I mentioned is perfect from 1472, a boost pressure sensor, PSI, and long-term, short-term, they okay. All these sensor, band bond sensor 1, sensor 2 is good. You see, no engine light, no leak anymore. I think that P0299 that I mentioned, you must check all the boost leak, all the 40 turbocharger actuator, restricted air intake, faulty sensor, EGR, symptom that I mentioned, multifunction, indicator lamp, reduced engine power and performance, especially under acceleration. The vehicle can be enter limp mode with limited power, prevent further damage. So you must fix. Do not assume. Must change the turbo back. Reflectable is significant. Check all leak all the hole, leak all the clump, leak all intercooler, leak of the damage. Check all sensors. Sensor inspection of the boost pressure sensor, hoses blocked and incorrect reading. Check our exhaust intake. Inspect the air restriction. Inspect the turbo control. Check all the turbocharger wastegate actuator and proper movement to see diagram file. Consider another component, a faulting PC valve or another control valve can be trigger code. You see, I hope you understand for I mentioned that I said to you. If you see diagram when you replay already boost pressure between 14 to 32 and engine wrapping to 1582 short term under 10 and plus 10 and minus 10, and you can see all the current bank 1 sensor 1 sensor 2 exhaust that significant as well. You see all the sensor and long term 3 point there. This is perfect, that diagram like this. For me, I suppose if you see P0299 master check all the component, the air and exhaust is restriction from turbo, from PC valve, from HGR, from exhaust, from intake, from coolant, intercooler, everything led to the turbo. Actuator, wastegate, OD current band 1, sensor 2, sensor 1. Yes, I hope you understand. When you mechanical, when you repairman, when you fit out the vehicle and the car, you must understand about the background of the P0299. You must call OD, it means that you call exhaust. Boost pressure, you must call what is the air of the engine. Engine speed to trim long term. This code appear from the car. Thank you for watching. I hope you understand. For my live data, my code and my description for you. Good luck everyone, everybody.